LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 19th and 20th of February 2024. We'll be starting with today's agenda of the day, where we'll be discussing the editorial section which relates to CJI Chandrachud speaks of criticism against court vacations, the debate which is explained and we have taken from the Indian Express. Then we'll be discussing about some interesting news update, and as our schedule goes, we'll be discussing about some legal news update of the day. Now, starting with the today's editorial section, where the context behind this editorial section, where the Honorable CJI DY Chandrachud recently spoke about the criticism often made towards the number of vacation days awarded to Indian judges. Now, there was an event in Prayagraj and CJI attended it, and in that particular event, the Honorable Chief Justice said that all of us are criticized for the vacations we have. They all say, इनको छुट्टी बहुत ज़्यादा मिलती है यार. They get a lot of holidays. People don't understand that judges work all 7 days a week. Our district judge work every single day, even on Saturday and Sunday. They have to do legal aid camps, and they have to do other administrative work as well. The debate over the vacation days allotted to has come up repetitively. Now, in this particular context, in 2022, Union Law Minister Shri Kiran Rijiju said in the Parliament that there is a feeling among people of India that the long vacation which the court obtained is not very convenient for justice seekers, and that is this obligation and duty to convey the message or sense of his house to the judiciary. Now, let us come up to the data and the fact here. How many vacation days do judges get, and what has been the rationale for them? Let us understand this particular concept. So, the Supreme Court has 193 working days, a year of its judicial functioning, where the High Court functioned for approximately 210 days and trial court for 245 days. High Court have the power to structure their calendars according to the service rule. Now, the Supreme Court breaks all the Supreme Court has the power for its annual summer vacation, which is typically for 7 weeks. It starts at the end of May and court reopens in the month of July. The court takes a week-long break each for Dussehra, Diwali, and 2 weeks at the end of December. While the judicial schedule has its origin in the colonial practices, it has come under the criticism for quite some time now. Generally, few judges are available to hear urgent cases even when the court is in recess. The combination of 2 or 3 judges called vacation bench hear important cases that cannot wait. Cases such as bail, eviction have already been listed in the vacation bench judges. It is not uncommon for courts to hear important cases during vacation. Like, I can give you an example. In the year 2015, a 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court heard the challenge to the constitutional amendment setting up NJAC, that is National Judicial Appointment Commission. In 2017, a constitution bench led by the then CJI J.S. Keher held a 6-day hearing in the case challenging the practice of triple talaq. So all these cases were dealt in the vacation bench, guys. You need to note this. Like Kiran Rijiju said, extended frequent vacations are not good optics. Essentially, in the light of mounting pendency of cases, stale pace of judicial proceeding. The summer break perhaps began because European judges of the Federal Court of India found Indian summers too hot and took the winter break for Christmas. Now, there was a report attached in 2000. The Justice Maliwat Committee set up to recommend reforms in the criminal justice system suggested that the vacation should be reduced by 21 days, keeping in mind the long pendency of cases. It suggests that Supreme Court should work for 206 days, High Court for 231 days every year. Now, its 230th report, the Law Commission of India, headed by Justice A.R. Lakshmanan in 2009, called for reform in the system. Considering the arrears, vacation in the higher judiciary must be curtailed by at least 10 to 15 days, and the court working hours should be extended by at least half an hour. Now, in 2014, the Supreme Court notified its new rule. It said that the period of summer vacation shall not exceed 7 weeks and the earlier 10-week period. In the past, Chief Justice of India have tried to reform vacation cycle in view of the criticism as well. Now here, former CJI T.S. Thakur also suggested holding court during vacation if parties and lawyer mutually agreed. That proposal too did not take effect. Now, what are the arguments in favor of court vacation? Within the legal fraternity, the long breaks are strongly defended. Lawyers have often argued that in a profession that demands intellectual rigor and long working hours, both the lawyers and the judges, vacations are much needed for rejuvenation. Judges typically work over 10 hours on a daily basis. Apart from days work in court from 10:30 to 4, they also spend few hours preparing for the next day. A frequently made argument is that judges utilize the vacation to write judgments. So this is something, a balancing where why are the court vacations criticized and what are the arguments in favor of the vacations that are there in the court, and a balance needs to be maintained. And these are few points that you need to consider while thinking about this topic. Now, further on this particular editorial session, legal experts have also pointed out that cutting down on court vacation will not see a dramatic decrease in pendency of cases, at least in the Supreme Court. Data show that Supreme Court roughly disposes of the same number of cases as are instituted before it in a calendar year. The issue of pendency relates largely to legacy cases that need to be tackled systematically. The argument that cutting the vacation period would be a solution to pendency is not backed by any data. There is no statistical data for this particular convention that if we will cut the vacation period, the solution would be that the pendency of cases will be reduced. Now, what is the practice in India? The Indian Supreme Court has the highest caseload among the apex court around the world and also works the most. In terms of the number of judgment delivered to with 34 judges, the Indian Supreme Court leads the way. In 2021, 29,000 plus cases were instituted before the Supreme Court and 24,000 plus cases were disposed of by the court in the same year. This year, between January 1 to December 16, the Supreme Court has delivered 1,255 judgments. This is apart from the usual workload of daily orders and hearing in cases where judgments are yet to be delivered. By contrast, the US Supreme Court hears approximately 150 cases a year and sits for oral arguments for 5 days a month. From October through December, arguments are heard during the first 2 weeks of each month, and from January through April, arguments are heard in the least and the last 2 weeks of each month. For in UK, High Court and Court of Appeal sit for 190 days in a year approximately, and the Supreme Court sits in 4 sessions throughout the year, spanning roughly for only 250 days. So, as per the data and the statistical data which we are bringing here before you guys, the Indian courts are delivering maximum judgments and maximum order despite the overload of the cases that are being filed every day as compared to the other countries of the world. So please think about this particular statistical data, the arguments that are in favor of the vacation, arguments against the court vacation, and do write your opinion in the comment section. We would love to hear you from this. Now, coming up to the national news, India is the third largest digitalized country in the world. So it's a big news that is coming up. India is the third largest digitalized country in the world, only behind the United States of America and China. This finding is a part of States of India's Digital Economy Report 2024 unveiled by the Indian Council for Research on International Economic Relations. Now, the study is based upon 5 pillars, which is called as CHIPS: connect, harness, innovate, protect, and sustain. Now, the state of digitalization in India is better than many countries, and some of them are UK, Germany, and Japan. India is ranked 12th in terms of digitalization among the G20 countries. So it's a big news for us. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar attends 60th Munich Security Conference in Germany. So External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar discussed a bilateral cooperation as well as global and regional issues with his British counterpart David Cameron on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference here in Germany. The minister was attending the 60th edition of the prestigious Munich Security Conference, which called itself the world's leading forum for debate on international security. Okay, chaliye. Arunachal Pradesh becomes first state in Northeast India to achieve 100% saturation of, what is the 100% saturation of? Har Ghar Jal under Jal Jeevan Mission. So, Union Arunachal Pradesh has become the first state of Northeast India and the 10th in the country to achieve 100% saturation of Har Ghar Jal under Jal Jeevan Mission. Now, this particular mission was announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 15th August 2019. Now, what is the mission all about? The mission aims at improving the quality of life and enhanced ease of living in rural areas. Now, let us understand about the Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh is a state in Northeast India. It was formed from the Northeast Frontier Agency region, and India declared it as a state on 20th of February 1987. Capital is Itanagar. Chief Minister Shri Pema Khandu, bird, hornbill, flower, foxtail orchid, and mission as we discussed 20th of February 1987. IIT Kanpur GUVI join hands to launch technology business courses in regional languages. So IIT Kanpur and EdTech platform GUVI will jointly launch technology and business courses in regional languages. The courses will be offered by IIT Kanpur Foundation for advanced consulting, education, and training. So one is a very premier college, and second is the EdTech company, which have joined hands to start technology and business courses in regional languages. Large deposit of iron ore found in Rajasthan, Karauli. So according to the preliminary indications, there are deposits of more than 840 million tons of iron ore in Khoda, Dardori, Todipura and Liloti near Hindon in Karauli. Okay, so this is something which has been found. Rajasthan Mines Department has started preparations for the auction of this particular composite license of iron ore blocks in an area of about 1,888 hectares near Hindon in Karauli. So, iron ore deposits are found in Rajasthan, Karauli. Gulzar and Jagadguru Rambhadracharya receive Jnanpith Award. So, renowned poet and lyricist and filmmaker Gulzar, along with the Sanskrit scholar Jagadguru Rambhadracharya, has been honored with prestigious Jnanpith Award. The 50th edition of this award recognizes their immense contributions to literature in Urdu and Sanskrit, respectively. So this award is the oldest and the highest Indian literary award presented annually by the Bhartiya Jnanpith. Now, about when we talk about Gulzar has left an inedible mark on Hindi cinema as director, lyricist and poet. His career as a director include movies like Mausam, Angur, Matches. His regular musical contributions have earned him honors including Grammy and an Oscar for the song Jai Ho from film Slumdog Millionaire in the year 2008. So these two people have received this prestigious award. Do note, because this is a very epic example, an epic question for judicial services. Jharkhand CM gives go-ahead for caste-based survey. So Jharkhand Chief Minister Champai Soren has given the go-ahead for the caste-based survey in the state on the lines of neighboring Bihar. The exercise of the survey will begin after the Lok Sabha elections and will be conducted on the pattern of neighboring Bihar, where the data collection was conducted between January 7 and October 2. So again, a new state coming up for go ahead of the caste-based survey, that is Jharkhand. World Social Forum 2024 concluded in Kathmandu. So the 16th conference of the World Social Forum commenced in Kathmandu on January 15. The forum serves as a vital platform for open and horizontal exchange among civil society organizations. Now, this 5-day World Social Forum will aim to open horizontal exchange among civil society organizations, social movements, trade unions, and individuals opposing neoliberal globalization. Okay. Now, the theme of this particular forum is Another World is Possible. Another World is Possible. Now, you need to note here that World Social Forum began in 2001 as an alternative to the World Economic Forum, which is held annually in Switzerland. Now, where it is happening? It is happening in Nepal. So let us understand about Nepal. Nepal, officially the Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal, is a landlocked country in South Asia. The capital of Nepal is Kathmandu. Currency is Nepalese rupee and Prime Minister is Pushpa Kamal Dahal. Rank Iga Swiatek wins her third straight Qatar Open. So number 1 ranked Iga Swiatek won the Qatar Open for the third straight year. Now, Serena Williams was the last woman to win a WTA event 3 successive times in 2005 at the Miami Open. Okay? Chaliye. World first wooden satellite to be launched soon. So NASA and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency are considering launching the Lignosat probe. The capital edition, the tiny satellite, has been built by the scientists at Kyoto University in collaboration with Sumitomo Forestry, a logging company. Currently, our stratosphere is inundated with metallic particles from spacecraft, including satellite. So, world first wooden satellite, which is being launching soon with a collaboration of Japan and NASA. Okay. Now, coming up to the legal update of the day, accused who surrenders before court can be taken in custody when court has not issued summoning order after taking cognizance. So it's a very important judgment coming under section 204 of CRPC, where the Supreme Court has observed that an accused cannot be taken into custody when he voluntarily surrenders before the court, even though the court which has taken cognizance of the charge sheet has not issued a summoning order against him. So the court has ordered here that in the absence of any order for issuance of summons or warrant under section 204 or under any other provisions of CRPC, the summons could not have been issued or served upon the appellant, nor he could have been arrested or taken into custody. And the case name is Souvik Bhattacharya versus ED Kolkata Zonal Office 2. Now, coming up to the Supreme Court, while setting aside the impugned order passed by NGT Delhi held that a bank cannot be held responsible for illegal activities carried out by the borrower in mortgage premises. Now, what does the court have said here? That we are unable to subscribe to the reasoning and view of the National Green Tribunal Principal Bench, New Delhi, which holds that the financing bank is responsible for the illegal activities in premises in which the borrower was conducting its business. And the case name is Punjab National Bank versus Government of NCT of Delhi. Now, the last legal update of the day, right to adopt not a fundamental right. Prospective adoptive parents can't demand the choice of who to adopt. So the Delhi High Court has ruled that Right to adopt cannot be raised to the status of fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution, nor can be raised to a level granting prospective adoptive parents the right to demand their choice of who to adopt. So it's a very important judgment coming up, and where justice said that there is no right at all to insist on the adoption of a particular child before the final order of adoption is passed by the district magistrate under JJ Act 2015. It concluded that at the pre-referral stage of adoption, no vested right towards the adoption of a normal child has occurred to petitioners retroactive. And the case name is Debarati Nande versus Mrs. Tripti Gorha and others. Guys, if you want to revise your TNA and the previous TNA, which we have already uploaded, do attempt the quiz link that is mentioned in the description of this particular video. Please do like and subscribe our channel and like the video because it is free for you, but it will certainly help us to grow. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself.